We've begun one of our last wars for territory in the Americas. I think I'm just going to take the last fort that they have and try to make peace after that. In the meantime, we will try to occupy as much land as we can. And like with Castile and Brazil, I think I'm going to take most of their, if not all of their coastline. Probably just going to leave them with a single province if I can. Lose Diplo points for a minor trade crisis instead of a major trade crisis. Sure. A negative 25% trade efficiency sounds awful. And this war is probably going to result in a lot of overextension, which I will prioritize when it comes to spending my points. I will prioritize getting that down over developing to imperialism. There we go. I think we're ready to peace out of this war. Give me the Galapagos. And all of the coast, and these two just because I want them. Ton of money. Do they have any land elsewhere that I'm not aware of? Doesn't look like it. Isolate them. I should take all of their forts, right? That would be the smart way to go. %. We'll leave them with Acre. No, we won't. That is a lot of overextension. Still. So let's clear that offer. Take as much gold as we can. And then I want first the coastline. Gives us 22% overextension. And now I want to trace a line, essentially. Where were there other forts? Now Jalja has one. Cusco had one. La Paz and Potosi. And that's their capital, which is part of their coast. And I want to say Catamarca. Try to link that land up. %96 on overextension. It's fine. And then we take all the stuff that doesn't give us overextension. Basically all the stuff that was colonized and never controlled by the natives in this area. And I think that's going to be it. Anything that would give us exactly 100? Or just under 100? If not, that's fine. Ooh, 100.1. I'm going to go with that. And hope that nothing bad happens. And we're gaining a ton of corruption. Because we're overextended. Let's try to fix that as soon as possible. We'll withdraw to the sea. Shame we couldn't take more. There is a ton of, there are a number of provinces with overextension on it this time. So, and we didn't even get that much overextension. Not as much as it said it was going to be. So I'm fine with that. But we are gaining corruption. 0.57 every year. Still waiting on a little bit of extra military points. We're about halfway to having imperialism in the capital. Okay, St. Kitts and Nevis development increased. That's almost at 30. We have high fervor. We're not using any of our fervent focus right now. I think I'm actually going to go with some stability. Cut down on some of the possible rebellions we have. With any luck, we'll get a stability increase, but with this much overextension, I don't know if that's going to be possible. What is Russia doing down here? Are these ships? These ships are just sitting here. They're not actually doing anything. Knowing the Russians, probably spies, setting up missile bases or something in Cuba that we own. It's okay. Russia's our ally. So, yeah, missile base is welcome. And St. Vincent. Can't develop St. Vincent anymore unless I develop its base tax or manpower more. What is its current imperialism? Is at 39.65. Alright, so a lot more developing we can do. When do we get factories? 77? Will that even be before industrialization happens? $35 years. So basically, naval equipment, weapons, and textile are what I need to be thinking about if factories are not an option to build. Add that to the trade company. Going to start on 3 more cores, and then we'll stop coring for the time being. And even once we finish with the overextension, we will still have too many territories. And that will suck, because we don't get more states for about 3 tech levels. Okay, so I need to start looking at... I need to start thinking about... resource-specific provinces. Okay, let me see something. Not something I had actually considered. So gems, no. Saint Dominic is actually one I should be focusing on. Let's go no edict there. And then I just realized I do need to build these buildings before I send my colonists there. So, Saint Dominic. Avon Lea? Is that an estate? Please tell me it is. Okay, yeah, it is. Doesn't need a center of, or a... Doesn't need a seat in Parliament, does it? It's not an island, it is an estate. Development. Manufactories and enlightenment. Okay. Let's go ahead and build a textile manufactory there. Actually, cancel that. And then... wool? Oh, wool too. Okay, wool, cloth, silk, or dyes. And then it's also salt or... salt, naval supplies, fish, iron, or copper. Essentially. Cape Breton. Already has textiles. Port Dampier. It is an estate. I'm going to stop the missionary for the time being. And I'm going to build the naval equipment manufactory here. Moncton. And then Carlisle. What is that? Dry dock? Oh. We don't need sailors. Okay, textile manufactory is already built there. Go ahead and convert that then. Or not, don't worry about that. No, bad idea. And then something Caesar. Port or fort. Fort Caesar. And Pittsfield. Already naval manufactory there. And an estate, so that's fine. Pittsfield I know is up in Massachusetts-ish. Connecticut is the actual area apparently. Alright. I will call that good, and hopefully we can get access to factories before industrialization starts. Finish off the overextension cores. And embrace imperialism in DC. So probably going to be a long time before we see imperialism actually being able to be embraced, but we are eventually going to get it at some point. Because next is St. Vincent. When can we change back to admin? Focus. 1768, 3 more years. So once, no one wants to lose money. So once all of those manufactories are done, I need to focus on getting those ones up to 30 development, because those are the ones that are going to possibly spawn. They're probably my best bet at spawning imperialism, or industrialization, which is something I didn't even take into consider, that I wouldn't get factories before that. I mean, it'll probably be really close. Can probably figure it out. I don't think it will, but let's go ahead and invest once in military, once in admin, and twice in production. 65.9%. Takes several years though for the manufactories to build. 5-ish. Or exactly 5. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to be patient. That's what I should have. I keep forgetting that I could click Imperial Conquest. I need to do that before I take the rest of Castilian Peru, because that'll be pretty much the last time I can take advantage of that. Declining power of the planters, okay. Reduction of influence. Planters are at 8%. How much do we need to invest in St. Vincent again? 95. So I think I would go with 1 each into manpower, and Baltimore's base tax was increased. So we will recall that, because now they're both at just 16, and I might be OCD because I wanted to keep those even, but we'll see. Where to next? I'm going to continue with the idea. Actually, St. Dominic is building a thing right now. Pittsburgh, for the time being. We are at 2 corruption and increasing. And now we have no overextension, but we're probably still increasing our corruption very slightly. Some corruption reduction would be nice. Should I promote Norwegian? What all is Norwegian? Yeah, I'm not going to convert that. Wait, no. What am I thinking? I need to save those points for St. Vincent. %. So 1 more click, I think, will do it. And it's probably going to end up being base tax. Almost definitely base tax, because that'll be the only one that we can increase once it gets that high. Does Cusco have a church or anything? It does. It has a cathedral. Let's get rid of that. Upgrade its castle as well. Port Dampier is building a naval equipment manufactory. Tondo. $116, so 3 months. When do we re-elect our guy? November of this year. That corruption is killing me. Foreign quarter of Cebu. Oh, local development costs. That would have been helpful. Cool. Next month. Okay. What would be... Not Birmingham. Auburn? Auburn probably has one of the lowest development costs right now. If I tried to increase imperialism here, 1%. Okay. That's still hilariously cheap. Between cotton and... Cotton reduces development. It's in farmlands, which reduces development cost, and it has university. And I've also got the edict. So hopefully... I'd say that's my next target as far as... forcing imperialism. Next question. What is the progress in other places? 0.3, 0.28, 28, 28, 1139. Williamsburg is pretty high. We'll keep our current president. These last revolution things don't really matter to us. Increase in corruption is going to be really annoying. Poor uniforms. Morale of armies. Great. Actually tempted to put institution spread in the advancement effort edict in place in Virginia. Let's go with that. Philippe de Saint-Chamond, one of our advisors, has revolutionized the art of siegecraft. Gain stability and military tech cost reduction. I mean, great. How long? Okay, so we still have a few more years on, like 2.5 years on our manufactories finishing, and then we'll have to focus on using those or increasing the development in those provinces.